Mr. Raymond, you have a visitor here.
Okay. Yeah, come in.
Good morning, Mr. Raymond. How are you today?
Raymond.
What you just said?
Okay. I didn't even know that guy. So
Gotcha. Well, what is your name?
Sam.
Sam. Okay.
Who are you?
My name is Corey Humphries. I am the business development manager for IFP. How are
Okay.
you today?
Okay. Why are you here?
Okay, we had our meeting scheduled about discussing electrification. I met you at the Omaha trade show, the AMA trade show in Omaha.
I didn't go. Did you meet Joe? Is that who you're here to meet?
Okay, yes.
Oh, his cat died, so he's going to be here this
Gotcha.
afternoon. So he told me to come in and just
Gotcha.
see what you had to see if you're even worth anything.
Makes sense.
And then we
Makes
go from
sense.
there. So
Okay, do you mind if I sit down?
yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, well, how are you today?
Fine so far.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be here. Sorry for the confusion.
Oh, you're good. I don't know who that guy was. I was a
Gotcha.
little confused on why the hell you're sitting in front of me, but
Okay.
now it kind of makes sense. So
I was a little confused as well
Yeah,
with the
no-
Mr. Raymond.
yeah, no worries.
Gotcha. Well, all right. How's your week going?
Fine. So far, nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Just plugging away.
Gotcha. Well, do you mind if I pull out my computer? I have some notes and
Yeah,
some...
yeah. Go
Okay.
right ahead.
Week going good so far?
Yeah.
Pretty busy?
Yeah, nothing to complain.
Yeah, me either. Well, so are you familiar with IFP, Iowa Fluid Power Motion?
No idea who you guys are.
Okay, copy. Alrighty, well, for the agenda I had today with Mr. Komet, I kind of wanted to discuss our company, kind of give you a bird's eye view of who we are, what we do, and what we could offer you, as well as just kind of learn more about your business and see what your guys' objectives and, mission is for the next few years.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything else, that you'd like to focus on or discuss while we have this time?
No idea.
Okay,
You're good. You're free reign.
Okay, alrighty. Well, so IFP is Iowa Fluid Power Motion Control Solutions, right? So we've been designing and manufacturing fluid power solutions for about 50 years now. We design custom power units as well as manifolds, test stands, and other fluid power components and systems. We specialize in electrical and mechanical hydraulic systems as well as pneumatics and automation.
So when you say mechanical, how is hydraulic and mechanical? There's no fluid in mechanicals.
Copy. Well, the motor, the gas that's used to drive that, that motor, that pump versus an electrical system, essentially.
Okay.
Instead of so like a diesel system versus an electrical
So
system.
you don't do gears, you don't do belts.
I mean, we do. We have systems that incorporate those. So in some of these motors and systems, there can be, gears and belts and things like that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Gotcha.
I'm just a little confused on how you're getting fluid power and hydraulic and mechanical. So you're both. You can do mechanical, so you can do gears, belts,
Yep,
and you can do the hydraulic side.
we can.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So some of the services we also offer within our group of companies is we do fabrication, wiring, engineering, CAD design, programming. We also do cylinder repair, right? So we have our team consists of about 175 people across all 5 locations.
Where's the locations?
So we have headquarters is in Iowa, Cedar
Okay.
Rapids, Iowa. We have one in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Houston, Texas, Kansas City, Missouri, and we just acquired a new location in Olathe, Kansas.
So where are you at? We're in Kearney here.
Gotcha.
You did not say that at all. So where are you at?
So I actually work out of the headquarters in Iowa, Cedar Rapids,
Okay,
Iowa.
gotcha.
Gotcha.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, so we have about 175 total team members. That includes 45 engineers and over 12 that, are capable of, they're automation engineers, programming PLCs and motion control systems, as well as like over 24 mechanics and techs to help, repair, build, develop our systems and whatnot. So,
Okay.
okay, so that's just kind of the bird's eye view of what Iowa Fluid Power does. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about your role within
Yeah, so I'm
Lifts LLC?
yeah, so I'm a buyer. So obviously we make these lift bucket trucks, and primarily we use them to take tree branches off, use them for tree service. That's mainly our main customers for power lines, right? So we have those kind of out in wooded areas, and that's who we typically sell to. I've been with Lifts and their buying group for about 3 years now. You know, that's kind of just the gist of us as a whole. So
Okay, understood. Now, when I was doing some research on Lifts LLC, I've seen that you guys have, you're a global company. You guys have multiple locations in North America as well. Are the majority of these bucket trucks manufactured in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma?
no, they are manufactured in Kearney.
Okay,
Yes. So
okay,
I don't know where you're getting Oklahoma City. There might have been a rep or something, but no, that they're manufactured here.
gotcha. So I got that off the website. It said the bucket truck manufacturer was in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
And we need to update that. Maybe our HR ladies can get on that because
Gotcha.
that's horrible. So
Gotcha. Okay.
They're manufactured here. So
Understood. Okay, so again, while I was doing some research on your guys' company, I noticed that you guys have a strategy and vision for 2030 that includes presenting you're presented with new challenges. You're trying to focus on sustainability, demographic changes, and digitalization. Is that true?
yeah, that's
Okay.
true. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Well, again, with a company as large as Lift LLC and your production capabilities and what you guys are capable of manufacturing in the aerial work vehicle space, these bucket trucks and whatnot, I guess my first question would be, why exactly are you guys looking outward to, source these electric power units, or what is the driver here?
Yeah. So I'm just the buyer here. So I'm getting told what to buy right now. The design team of what I'm hearing from a higher up is that one of the big things that we can't sell into California because we're using diesel right now.
Mhm.
So we just can't sell into California. So that's been kind of a little bit of push into electrification, as you could say, using, batteries as well instead of doing diesel. That would be our biggest thing for sure.
Okay. And you said you can't sell into California. Is that in reference to, I'm no, federal law or state law expert, but are those omnibus,
Yeah,
act and the
Yep. Yep. So California.
Clean Fleet Act and
Yep.
stuff?
So California is not allowing us to sell into them because we're using, I think, above a 25 horse. That's typically what I'm buying on the diesel motor. And then also there's some states right now that the cities uh, are end customers. So we don't really care, but our end customers are complaining that they can only work during the day because of noise regulation. So they want to find a way to keep that noise down. So, and that's what I'm hearing from above, right? I'm just the buyer, that Joe's speccing everything in at the moment. So,
Okay. So you have had municipalities and complain about or emphasize the necessity for reducing that noise pollution.
yes, we have. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So another question I have, right? So you already said that California, but are there any other regions or customers that are pushing back on like diesel idle emissions, noise reduction?
California is our biggest one. And then the noise reduction just based on cities.
Okay,
Throughout
more
really
urban areas.
globally, but typically just the US because that's the only ones that are giving a pain in the ass. No one cares in the Congo if there's noisy. So
Gotcha. So it's probably more of the urban areas.
yeah, like a Dallas, Houston, they're being a little pain about that. But
Got it.
again, we just make them,
Okay. Yeah, so I read on you guys' website that New Jersey was potentially adopting that. So was Oregon, some of those laws about diesel emissions and basically adopting those, laws and regulations that California has already implemented. So that's why I was asking.
That's due to be. That's good to hear.
Okay, good. So some of the offerings that we have at IFP, I did bring this for you.
Okay.
You can keep that. It's just some information about our company, one of our line cards. So our company's are separately, we're one team, but we're like separately owned so that we can have access to more of the fluid power product lines, essentially based on, sales APRs and stuff like that. So we can be agnostic if need be with components. We are able to implement two different styles of systems, essentially a hybrid system as well as a full electric system. The hybrid system has a engine idle mitigation system where it would essentially shut the engine off when it's not, when it's not being used. Have you ever driven one of these new cars where when you stop at a stoplight, the engine shuts off, and then when you press on the gas again, the engine kicks back on and you take off?
Okay.
So it's the same thing. That's a simpler level, right? On a more simple level for a vehicle. You're able to implement one of these idle mitigation systems as well as convert the hydraulic power unit over to, an electric power unit. And that saves a lot, it reduces noise drastically. You're able to save a lot on diesel fuel costs, fewer maintenance actions and items that are required, right? So there's two different options, right? Based on your guys' needs or what you would like to pursue. We can talk about that at a later date. But then are there any concerns, right, about transitioning to an electrified system for your trucks?
Yeah, we do all of our maintenance for these trucks. So if we have a customer that's having issues, we bring them in. How the hell do you service a battery? Can you do it, or are you guys going to offer that service? So if we have an issue with batteries, we send it to you.
We do have a field, service branch within our company. We can potentially set that up depending upon, the contractor, how we go about doing this relationship.
Can they go anywhere?
Can they go anywhere?
Yeah.
So we do have two pilots and a private jet on payroll, so we're able to move throughout the continental United States. So we could potentially, if the necessity is there.
Come in.
Next meeting's here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Kobe. Yeah. Joe should be back this afternoon. I just don't know. I don't know if he's going to really recover after that cat dying. So
Gotcha. Well,
I guess we'll see. So
sorry for that.
yeah, no worries. So have a good one, man.
You as well.
Yeah.
Corey Humphries.
Corey?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.